The Pacific Ocean, the largest ocean on Earth, wider than all continents combined. It holds more than half of our planet's water. And beneath its calm surface lies a world that has never stopped breathing. Sunlight reaches only 200 meters, a thin layer above an abyss 11 kilometers deep. Below it lies eternal darkness, crushing pressure, and freezing cold. And yet, life endures, resilient, strange, and intelligent in ways we are only beginning to understand. The ocean is never still. Massive currents flow like the bloodstream of a living organism. They carry heat, nutrients, and life across the planet. Without these currents, life as we know it would not exist. It begins with the smallest, plankton, invisible to the naked eye. They produce over 50% of the oxygen we breathe. The greatest forces of life are often carried by the smallest unseen hands. Millions of years of evolution have shaped countless answers to one question: how to survive. Every species is a strategy. Every body is a masterpiece of intelligence. Listen closely, the library of life is opening. Orcas, killer whales. The name sounds ruthless, but the truth is far more complex. They are not solitary hunters. They are a society. And that society operates on an intelligence we are only beginning to understand. When hunting, orcas do not rush into chaos. They use strategy. One group drives the fish, another blocks escape, others attack in sequence. It takes years for a young orca to learn this entire system from its pod. Each pod has its own language, passed from mother to calf across generations. This is not instinct. This is culture. Orcas are among the few species known to transmit culture through learning. Orcas teach their young with techniques that demand patience and precision. They wait for the perfect moment. They understand space and terrain. Their intelligence is that of a general, strategic, patient, and collective. Orcas do not need the biggest prey or the strongest bodies. They need each other. The ocean's first lesson: true power lies in cooperation. For 100 million years, that is how long sharks have existed on this planet. They have survived 5 mass extinctions, events that wiped out most life on Earth. And their form has barely changed, because they reached perfection long ago. Sharks sense bioelectric fields, faint signals from a beating heart, muscle movement, flowing blood. Even hidden beneath the sand, prey cannot escape. This is not technology, it is instinct refined to perfection over millions of years. The great white hunts alone, no allies, no complex coordination. Every strike is the result of millions of years of biological optimization. This is the intelligence of perfection. When you are already enough, you do not need to change. At first glance, the hammerhead's strange head seems like a mistake of nature. But it is a masterpiece of design. eyes spaced wide apart, granting nearly 360-degree vision. They can see behind without turning, always aware of everything around them. Their wide head doubles as a powerful sensory array, expanding their electroreception. They scan the ocean floor like a living metal detector. Even a stingray buried in sand meters away cannot escape detection. This is sensory intelligence, mastering the environment with unmatched awareness. The whale shark, the largest fish on Earth. A mouth as wide as a doorway, a body the size of a bus. Yet all that power is used to feed on plankton and tiny fish. They have chosen not to play the game of violence, and that choice has become a remarkably successful survival strategy. By feeding on the ocean's most abundant resource, plankton, whale sharks avoid competition almost entirely. They live quietly, without the need to chase, without the need for speed, with few natural enemies. This is the intelligence of choice, taking the path of least conflict and lasting the longest. Octopuses have no bones, no shells, no claws. The only thing they truly possess is intelligence, and a very unusual one. 2/3 of their neurons are not in the brain, but spread across their 8 arms. Each arm can act independently, sensing, deciding, and moving without waiting for the central brain. This is distributed intelligence. No single center of control, every part can act on its own. Lose one arm, and the others continue as if nothing happened. Octopuses use tools, a rare trait in nature. They gather coconut shells as shelter, open jars for food, solve complex puzzles. They do not simply react, they think. A mother octopus stops eating while guarding her eggs, sometimes for months. When they hatch, she is often too weak to survive. This is intelligence through sacrifice, a behavior that looks remarkably like love. An octopus lives no more than 3 years. Yet in that brief time, it learns, adapts, creates, and feels. If it lived longer, how far could its intelligence go? A question science still cannot answer. Jellyfish have no brain, no heart, no blood, no bones. They are drifting bodies of water, so simple they barely seem like animals. And yet, they have existed for over 500 million years, longer than dinosaurs, longer than sharks, longer than trees. There is a species called Turritopsis dohrnii. When injured or aging, it can reverse its life cycle, returning to its juvenile form, starting over, growing again, then repeating the process. In theory, it can do this endlessly, a true form of biological immortality. The lesson of the jellyfish: perfection does not always come from complexity, but from simplicity. When you have nothing to lose, you are nearly impossible to destroy. This is the intelligence of minimalism, and therefore of endurance. Sea snakes do not hide. They want to be seen. Their vivid colors are a warning. My venom is far more potent than that of land cobras. This is chemical intelligence. Invest in the ultimate biological weapon, then display it as an invisible shield. Lionfish do not chase their prey. They lure it in through beauty and curiosity. Their spines carry neurotoxic venom. A single touch can paralyze. Their strategy: become dangerously beautiful and let the world walk into the trap. The leafy sea dragon is the pinnacle of natural camouflage. No predator can distinguish it from real seaweed. Its leaf-like appendages do not aid movement, but perfect its disguise. Evolution chose appearance over speed, and that choice ensured survival. In seahorses, the male carries and gives birth, a rare reversal in nature. They move slowly, unable to escape, yet perfect camouflage and a hidden life ensure their survival. This is the intelligence of invisibility. Sometimes not being seen is the greatest power. Every year, billions of sardines migrate along the coast of South Africa in an event known as the Sardine Run, the largest migration in the ocean. Individually, they are insignificant, but together, they form a superorganism stretching for kilometers. No leader, no command, yet they move as one. When attacked, the school reacts instantly, forming a spinning bait ball, each fish shifting position in constant motion. No single fish is in control. Each responds only to its neighbors, and from this emerges a collective intelligence. This is emergent intelligence, where no leader exists, yet the group behaves like a single mind. The lesson of the sardines is not brute strength in numbers. It is this: when individuals follow simple rules, the group becomes more intelligent than any single member. This is distributed intelligence at its largest scale, and nature has relied on it for millions of years. Dolphins are one of the few creatures in the ocean we still do not fully understand. They play without purpose. They help humans without training. They do things that suggest only one possibility: they feel something deeper. When faced with a mirror, dolphins recognize themselves, a trait shared by only a few species: great apes, elephants, and humans. Self-awareness is the first step toward consciousness. Once you know you exist, you can reflect on that existence. Dolphins reached this step long ago. Each dolphin has a unique, signature whistle, a name. They call each other, recognize one another, and remember these calls even after years apart. In an ocean without clear identity markers, individuality is preserved through sound. Dolphins have been observed helping other species, not their own kind, not for survival, simply because another being is in distress. Science struggles to define this behavior. Humans call it compassion. Perhaps the ocean discovered it long before we did. green sea turtles can live over a century. In that lifetime, they travel thousands of kilometers. From Brazil to Ascension Island, over 2,200 kilometers, and return to the very beach where they were born. No maps, no GPS, only Earth's magnetic field, encoded into their DNA from the beginning. When a female turtle returns to lay her eggs, she comes back to the exact place she was born decades earlier. No guidance, no learned memory. This is genetic memory, information passed through generations over millions of years. A coral reef is not a single organism. It is a city. Over 25% of all marine species live within reefs, though they cover less than 1% of the ocean floor. This is symbiotic intelligence, the power of interdependence. When ocean temperatures rise by just 1 to 2 degrees Celsius, corals lose the algae that sustain them. Without it, they fade and die. And when corals die, entire ecosystems collapse. This is not a metaphor, it is happening now in real time. Every year, over 8 million tons of plastic enter the ocean. Plastic does not disappear. It breaks into smaller fragments, microplastics, and infiltrates the food chain. Right now, microplastics are inside fish, inside whales, and inside us. The ocean absorbs over 90% of excess heat from climate change. It is buffering the warming for us. But it has limits. As temperatures rise, currents shift, ecosystems collapse. When the ocean can no longer absorb the heat, we will feel the consequences. When an orca lineage disappears, its language disappears with it. Millions of years of intelligence vanish without record or recovery. Each extinction is a library burning, and too many libraries are being lost. More than 1/3 of coral species are threatened. Shark populations have declined by over 70% in the last 50 years. Sea turtles, survivors of the dinosaur era, now face extinction. We are living through the 6th mass extinction. And this time, the cause has a name: us. And yet, the ocean remains. It breathes. It reproduces. It adapts. Orcas still teach their young. Octopuses still solve problems we cannot imagine. The library of life is still open. The question is, are we paying attention? Humans are the only species capable of understanding other intelligences, and also the only one capable of destroying them. Yet we are also the only ones who can choose not to. That is a form of intelligence the ocean has not evolved, the intelligence of moral choice. Orcas say, cooperation is power. Sharks say, perfection is enough. Octopuses say, adapt and transform. Jellyfish say, simplicity endures. Sardines say, unity creates intelligence. Dolphins say, know who you are. Sea turtles say, remember where you belong. Intelligence has no single form. It is not just strength, speed, or a large brain. It is anything that allows you to survive, evolve, and leave something behind. Every hatchling carries the memory of millions of years. It does not know its name. It does not understand the ocean, but it knows where to go. And that is enough. Sometimes knowing the direction is the deepest form of intelligence. The Pacific existed long before humanity, and it will exist long after us. The question is not whether the ocean needs us. The question is whether we deserve to live alongside it. Beneath the vast ocean lies an entirely different world, immense, mysterious, and filled with primal power. More than 70% of Earth's surface is covered by water, and much of it remains unexplored by humankind. Today, we dive below to meet the creatures that have ruled these seas for millions of years. When we think of sharks, most of us imagine fear, teeth, blood, and the haunting music of Jaws. But the truth is far more complex and more fascinating than any movie ever made. Let us introduce the ocean's big five shark species that shape the underwater world. First is the great white shark, the ultimate symbol of ocean power. Reaching lengths of 6 meters and weighing over 2 tons, it is one of the most impressive predators on Earth. It can launch itself from the water at astonishing speed, a leap driven by perfect instinct. Next is the whale shark, the largest fish in the world, reaching lengths of up to 18 meters. Despite its immense size, it is among the gentlest creatures in the sea. Instead of sharp teeth, it uses its wide mouth to filter thousands of liters of water each hour, feeding only on tiny plankton. Hammerhead sharks, with their T-shaped heads, possess one of nature's most unique designs. They often travel in schools of hundreds, even thousands, creating a rare and spectacular sight. Their wide head is not just unusual looking, it also helps them scan a larger area for prey. The tiger shark bears distinctive stripes like a warning from nature. It is a famous opportunistic feeder, willing to swallow almost anything, from sea turtles to soda cans. It is considered potentially dangerous to humans, but that does not mean it hunts people. Last in the big five is the bull shark, often considered the most dangerous to humans. Unlike its relatives, it can survive in both saltwater and freshwater, and has been found hundreds of kilometers inland. This adaptability brings it into contact with humans more than any other shark species. Swimming with a whale shark requires no cage, something that surprises many people the first time they hear it. These giants are completely indifferent to humans, continuing to move at their own calm rhythm. The moment one glides beside you becomes a memory that never fades. In 1975, the film Jaws by Steven Spielberg forever changed how humanity viewed sharks. In the weeks after its release, beach attendance dropped sharply in many parts of the world. One movie created a global fear, and sadly, that fear still survives today. The truth is that worldwide, sharks attack around 70 to 80 people per year, with only a small number of fatalities. In that same time, cars kill more than 1.3 million people, and wasps kill more people than sharks each year. Yet we fear sharks more than cars, showing how irrationally the human brain processes fear. When sharks approach humans, the first thing they usually do is observe, not attack. A shark's brain is not structured for planning hunts in the way many people imagine. Most encounters with humans come from curiosity, much like how we inspect something unfamiliar. Most great white shark attacks on surfers are cases of mistaken identity. From below, the silhouette of a surfer on a board closely resembles a seal, one of the shark's preferred prey. In murky water, they make rapid decisions, and sometimes those decisions are wrong. What is striking is that in most attacks, the shark bites once and then leaves immediately. This is not the behavior of a predator feeding, but a test bite used to investigate something unfamiliar. Once it realizes the target is not normal prey, it loses interest and swims away. The lifetime chance of being attacked by a shark is about 1 in 11.5 million. By comparison, the chance of being struck by lightning in a single year is nearly twice that. The risk of drowning at sea is far higher, yet few people fear swimming because of it. Modern shark researchers spend thousands of hours underwater without incident. Sylvia Earle, one of the world's greatest oceanographers, has swum freely with great white sharks many times. She once said they looked at her with the same curiosity she felt toward them. Certain behaviors greatly increase the chance of encountering sharks, and most are avoidable. Swimming at night or at dusk, when sharks actively feed, is among the riskiest choices. Being near schools of fish, wearing bright colors, or entering the water while bleeding are also factors to avoid. Fear of sharks is largely learned, not instinctive, and that means it can be changed. Children exposed early to accurate information often develop respect instead of fear. Understanding sharks properly not only makes us safer, but also helps us protect them more effectively. Every summer, billions of people swim, surf, and dive in the ocean, and most will never encounter a shark. The sea is not a hostile realm where humans are constantly hunted. It is a shared home where mutual respect creates safety for both sides. The great white shark is the pinnacle of predatory evolution, a hunting machine refined over millions of years. It does not just have teeth, but multiple rows that constantly replace themselves, totaling up to 30,000 in a lifetime. Each tooth is as sharp as a surgical blade and perfectly designed for tearing flesh. The preferred prey of the great white shark includes seals, sea lions, and other marine mammals rich in fat. They are not indiscriminate feeders, but professional hunters with clear and consistent preferences. Humans, with little body fat and awkward movement, are not appealing prey to them. Unlike most fish, The great white shark can maintain a body temperature higher than the surrounding water. A specialized heat exchange system keeps its muscles, brain, and eyes warmer than the cold sea. This allows it to hunt efficiently even in icy waters, an extraordinary evolutionary advantage. Great white sharks are epic travelers, with some individuals recorded moving more than 20,000 kilometers in a single journey. They cross the Pacific from California to Hawaii and then to Australia as if the ocean were their backyard. These migrations remain mysterious, and scientists are still trying to understand why and where they go. The hunting technique of the great white shark is proof of nature's raw speed and power. It strikes upward from below at speeds reaching 40 kilometers per hour, with enough momentum to launch completely out of the water. The entire attack lasts only seconds, ending before you can understand what happened. Sharks possess a sense humans completely lack: the ability to detect bioelectric fields. Tiny organs called ampullae of Lorenzini on the snout sense faint electrical pulses from a prey animal's heartbeat. This allows sharks to locate living creatures even when hidden under sand or in total darkness. Great white sharks reproduce slowly, with females carrying young for around 12 months and giving birth to only 2 to 10 pups at a time. Newborns are fully independent, about 1.2 meters long, and must swim off immediately to survive. This low reproductive rate makes their populations highly vulnerable to overfishing. Although they are the most studied shark species, great white sharks still hold countless mysteries. We do not know where they mate, and no one has ever observed them giving birth in the wild. The ocean still keeps its secrets, and the great white shark guards them well. If the great white shark symbolizes power, then the whale shark symbolizes peaceful magnificence. Their average length is 10 to 12 meters, but the largest individuals can reach 18 meters. The white spots and stripes on each body are unique, much like human fingerprints. A whale shark's mouth can open up to 1.5 meters wide, large enough to swallow a person, yet its throat is only the size of a tennis ball. It uses its gills as a giant filter, processing thousands of liters of water every hour to trap plankton and small fish. It is perfect proof that enormous size does not always mean aggression. Swimming with whale sharks is one of the world's most sought-after ecotourism experiences today. In Donsol and Ningaloo Reef, visitors line up for a chance to meet these gentle giants. A single living whale shark can generate more than $2 million in economic value for local communities over its lifetime. Do not let their gentle appearance fool you. Whale sharks also display mysterious behavior. They can dive to depths of 1,800 meters, an astonishing feat for such a massive creature. Scientists are still trying to understand why they dive so deep and what food sources exist there. The basking shark is the second largest fish in the world, surpassed only by the whale shark, yet far fewer people know about it. Like its giant relative, it feeds on plankton by filtering seawater with its mouth wide open. Its name comes from its habit of swimming near the surface on sunny days, as if basking in the sun. Hammerhead sharks possess one of the most unique head shapes in nature, a flattened structure spread wide across the front. This unusual design is highly effective, generating lift in the water like an airplane wing. It also widens the spacing between the eyes, allowing them to scan a larger area for prey. The wide head of the hammerhead shark gives it an extraordinary electrosensory advantage while hunting. Receptors spread across the surface create an extremely sensitive scanning system. They can detect stingrays hidden beneath sand and pin them down using their hammer-shaped head. Tiger sharks are among the most opportunistic feeders in the ocean, with stomachs that have contained plastic cans and car tires. This is not dirty eating, but a survival strategy of exploiting every opportunity. In ecosystems, their scavenging role helps prevent disease from spreading through carcasses. The relationship between tiger sharks and seagrass is a beautiful example of ecological chain reactions. When tiger sharks are present, sea turtles avoid grazing too long in one place, allowing seagrass meadows to recover evenly. Without tiger sharks, turtles may overgraze the habitat and trigger ecosystem collapse. Bull sharks are among the best adapted sharks to the human world because they can survive in both saltwater and freshwater. They have been recorded in the Mississippi River, the Amazon River, and even Lake Nicaragua. This unusual ability brings them into contact with humans more often, which is why they are often considered among the most dangerous sharks. In any ecosystem, removing the apex of the food chain creates devastating consequences. Sharks regulate the populations of the species they hunt, preventing explosions in numbers and preserving delicate balance. Without sharks, prey species multiply uncontrollably and begin destroying their own resources. Research on coral islands in the Pacific Ocean shows that reefs are healthier where sharks are present. Sharks remove weak and diseased fish, reduce the spread of disease, and keep grazing fish moving. As a result, marine plants and corals grow more evenly, creating a more diverse and resilient ecosystem. In the 1970s, overfishing sharply reduced shark populations along the northeastern coast of the United States. In the following decades, rays, natural prey of sharks, exploded in number and devastated the scallop fishing industry. It is one of the clearest real-world examples of what happens when sharks are removed from the equation. The ocean absorbs around 30% of human-generated CO2 emissions and produces more than 50% of the oxygen we breathe. Ocean health is not only about marine life, it directly affects the global climate. When marine food webs are disrupted by the loss of sharks, the ocean's ability to absorb carbon also declines. Every year, around 100 million sharks are killed by humans, mostly through overfishing and finning. Meanwhile, sharks kill only about 5 to 10 people globally each year. If this were a war, humanity would be winning overwhelmingly, and that is not good for anyone on this planet. Shark finning is one of the cruelest practices in the fishing industry. Fishermen catch sharks, cut off their fins while they are still alive, then throw them back into the sea where they die unable to swim or breathe. All of it is done to supply shark fin soup, a dish with little nutritional value but a symbol of luxury. Some shark species have lost more than 70 to 90% of their populations over the past 50 years, an almost unprecedented rate of decline. Great white shark, scalloped hammerhead shark, and many others are now listed on the red list of IUCN. With slow reproduction rates, population collapse can take decades to reverse, if recovery is even possible. But not everything is bleak. Around the world, conservation efforts are creating real change. Many nations have declared shark sanctuaries where all shark fishing is prohibited. Studies show shark populations can recover when given the chance. Nature is more resilient than we often imagine. The next generation will decide the future of sharks, and that begins with understanding, not fear. When a child sees sharks as magnificent creatures instead of monsters, they grow up wanting to protect them. That is why proper education about the ocean and its inhabitants is never wasted. Looking into the eye of a shark is unforgettable. Behind it stands a creature shaped by 450 million years of evolution. They survived 5 mass extinctions, enduring when dinosaurs could not. It would be a tragic irony if a species that survived geological catastrophe were pushed to the edge by us. Every consumer choice we make sends a clear signal to the global seafood industry. Choose sustainably certified seafood, avoid restaurants serving shark fin soup, and reject shark-derived squalene. Small actions multiplied by millions of people create enough pressure to transform an entire industry. The movement to protect sharks is growing worldwide, supported by both the scientific community and the public. From bans on shark fin trade in many nations to the expansion of international marine sanctuaries. Slowly but surely, humanity's understanding of the importance of sharks is changing for the better. An ocean with sharks is a healthy ocean, full of life, complexity, and miraculous balance. An ocean without sharks is a sick ocean, out of control, stripped of diversity, and unable to support life. We need sharks not because they are helpless, but because we need a planet that remains livable. Sharks do not need us to fear them, nor to worship them. They only need us to let them exist. Understanding sharks is the first step toward protecting them, and protecting them means protecting the ocean, the climate, and the future. Sharks lived in the seas before trees grew on land. Let us ensure they are still there when our descendants grow up. Earth, the only blue planet in the known universe. 71% of its surface lies beneath water. And within those vast oceans, the largest creatures on Earth are alive and thriving. From where sunlight still reaches, to the absolute darkness thousands of meters below, the ocean is a layered world, each level holding its own secrets. Our journey begins here. Humans have walked on the moon, yet more than 80% of the ocean floor remains unexplored. It is an uncharted world on our own planet. What lies beneath is still waiting to be discovered. The ocean is not silent. It resonates with ancient sounds millions of years old. The calls of giants travel for hundreds of kilometers, a language humanity is still trying to understand. They are the largest, most mysterious, and most essential creatures in the ocean ecosystem. Not monsters, but vital links in a delicate balance. Today, we meet them. "30 meters in length, 180 tons. The blue whale is the largest animal ever to exist in Earth's history, larger than any Tyrannosaurus rex. And it still swims in our oceans today. His heart weighs nearly 180 kilograms, about the size of a small car. Each slow beat pumps hundreds of liters of blood through its body. A child could crawl through its aorta. Yeah. 4 tons of krill each day. That is the diet of a blue whale during feeding season. The largest creature on Earth survives on shrimp no bigger than a finger. A perfect paradox of nature. The call of a blue whale is the loudest sound produced by any animal, capable of traveling over 1,600 kilometers. In the quiet oceans of the pre-industrial era, they could hear each other across entire ocean basins. Every year, blue whales migrate thousands of kilometers, from cold, nutrient-rich waters to warmer breeding grounds. They need no maps, no GPS. Earth's magnetic field is their compass. "12 meters, 12 tons. The whale shark is the largest fish in the world, yet it is not a predator. Its mouth, over a meter wide, filters tiny plankton from the water. Immense power serving a gentle diet. No two whale sharks share the same pattern of white spots, much like human fingerprints. Scientists use these patterns to identify individuals. Thousands have been cataloged this way around the world. Despite being the largest fish, we still do not know where whale sharks reproduce. No one has ever observed them mating or giving birth in the wild. Their long, mysterious journeys remain an unsolved scientific puzzle. Gentle does not mean safe. Whale sharks are threatened by ships, fishing nets, and plastic pollution. The largest animals in the ocean are among the most vulnerable to human impact. No marine creature performs like the humpback whale. They launch their entire 36-ton bodies out of the water for a brief moment. Why they do this remains a mystery to science. Male humpbacks sing for hours, sometimes an entire day without pause. Their songs are complex, structured, and change with the seasons. Scientists believe this may be one of the most sophisticated communication systems in the animal kingdom outside humans. They hunt in groups using advanced strategies, creating circular bubble nets from below to trap fish into dense clusters. Then they surge upward together with open mouths. This is complex cooperative behavior requiring precise coordination. Humpback whales have been observed intervening to protect other species under attack, even those unrelated to them. This behavior remains debated in science. Some researchers describe it as a form of empathy. For 100 million years of evolution have shaped a perfect predator. The great white shark sits at the top of the ocean food chain, with no natural enemies except one formidable rival, the orca. They can detect a drop of blood in 1 million liters of water. They sense the electrical fields of prey through specialized organs on their snout. And they can hear prey moving from hundreds of meters away in the dark. Hunting strategy: swim below in darkness, observing the silhouette of prey against the light above. Then accelerate vertically at speeds up to 40 kilometers per hour. The prey has no chance to detect the threat. Movies have painted a false image. Great white sharks do not actively hunt humans. Attacks are usually cases of curiosity or mistaken identity. Humans kill millions of sharks each year, while sharks bite only dozens of people. Who is the real threat? Though called killer whales, orcas are actually the largest members of the dolphin family. 9 meters long, 6 tons in weight. Yet what makes them formidable is not size, but intelligence. Orcas hunt using complex strategies, coordinating as a group, sometimes pretending to leave before surrounding prey. They create waves to knock seals off ice. This is hunting culture passed down through generations. Different orca pods communicate using distinct calls, like regional dialects. An orca can recognize its pod from kilometers away by sound alone. This is clear evidence of culture in the animal world. Orcas are the only predators that great white sharks truly fear. They flip sharks upside down, triggering a natural paralysis known as tonic immobility, then consume the nutrient-rich liver while the prey remains alive. 2,000 meters below the surface. Pressure 200 times greater than at sea level. In complete darkness, the sperm whale dives here to hunt, staying for up to 90 minutes without breathing. The sperm whale's brain can weigh up to 9 kilograms, the largest in the animal kingdom. With such a brain, what do they perceive? What do they understand? These are questions science has yet to answer. At depths of 1,000 meters, in absolute darkness, battles unfold unseen. Sperm whales confront giant squid up to 13 meters long. The evidence remains: deep scars from suction cups etched into their skin. When a whale dies and sinks to the seafloor, it creates an entire ecosystem known as a whale fall. Hundreds of species depend on it for decades. Even in death, they sustain the ocean. With a wingspan of 7 meters, yet moving as gently as a leaf in the wind. The giant manta ray is one of the most graceful creatures in the ocean, calm, unhurried, and non-aggressive. It moves with the rhythm of the currents. Manta rays have the largest brain-to-body ratio among fish, a sign of high intelligence. They are curious, capable of self-recognition, and even playful behavior. Not all ocean life thinks in simple ways. Manta rays know where the cleaning stations are, coral reefs where small fish remove parasites. They line up, extend their wings, and allow the fish to clean them. A perfectly organized service system in nature. Why such a strange head shape? Millions of years of evolution do not create anything without purpose. The hammer-shaped head spreads electroreceptors, allowing them to detect prey hidden beneath the sand with unmatched precision. Stingrays buried in sand may seem safe, but not to hammerheads. The heartbeat of their prey is clearly detected. The shark lowers its head, scans the seabed, and pins the prey to the sand. Hammerhead sharks are among the few shark species that form large schools, sometimes hundreds or even thousands. By day they gather, by night they disperse to hunt alone. A mysterious social pattern still under scientific study. Here, water temperatures drop below -1 degree Celsius, yet life persists. The Arctic Ocean is one of the harshest environments on Earth, but it is far from lifeless. It is filled with remarkably adapted life. Beluga whales lack fused neck vertebrae, allowing them to turn their heads like humans. They communicate with dozens of sounds, whistles, clicks, and calls. Ancient sailors called them sea canaries for these vocalizations. Bowhead whales can live over 200 years, longer than any other mammal. Some have been found with ancient harpoons embedded in their bodies. They are living witnesses to the history of the ocean. The environment these creatures evolved in over millions of years is changing faster than they can adapt. Arctic ice is shrinking at an unprecedented rate. Each summer brings a new and alarming record. No creature in the ocean exists alone. Dead whales feed deep-sea life. Deep-sea life feeds small fish. Small fish feed larger predators. Predators regulate populations. Everything is connected. Everything depends on each other. Whale waste is rich in iron and nitrogen, fueling the growth of phytoplankton. These microscopic plants absorb CO2 and produce oxygen. Whales are therefore key players in fighting climate change. Protecting whales means protecting our atmosphere. In the ocean, the line between predator and prey is not as clear as we think. Today's hunter can become tomorrow's prey. Balance is not maintained by strength, but by the complex relationships between all species. Every minute, a truckload of plastic enters the ocean. Giants of the sea ingest plastic, become entangled, and die from toxicity. The ocean has no borders. Pollution from land becomes a global crisis. Noise from commercial ships and military sonar has turned the ocean into an acoustic battlefield. Whales can no longer hear each other across vast distances. Songs that once traveled thousands of kilometers are now reduced to mere tens. Millions of tons of marine life are taken from the ocean each year. Large species are especially vulnerable due to slow reproduction. A sperm whale takes 15 years to mature. Overexploitation beyond recovery is a one-way path to extinction. Not all is lost. After the 1986 ban on commercial whaling, many populations have recovered significantly. Humpback whales have grown from a few hundred to tens of thousands. The ocean can heal if we give it the chance. Today, scientists track whales using satellites, drones, and AI. We are beginning to understand their language, and one day may truly communicate with these giant minds of the deep. Science is the hope of conservation. Earth is not a planet of land, but a planet of oceans. The health of the ocean is the health of the planet. When the ocean suffers, we suffer with it. This is not just an environmental issue, it is a matter of survival. They were here millions of years before us. And if we do not change, they may disappear within decades. Protecting these giants is not about saving another species. It is about saving ourselves. At the heart of our planet lies something greater than any nation that has ever existed. It had no name on ancient maps because it was believed to be the edge of the world. This is the Atlantic Ocean. Spanning over 106 million square kilometers, it is the second largest ocean on Earth. Its vastness exceeds all land combined. No human being can ever see it in its entirety. It lies between the New World and the Old, the Americas, Europe, and Africa. For thousands of years, it was a barrier between civilizations. Then one day, humanity chose to cross it. Look into it, and you see a blue without end. Beneath lies another world, cold, dark, and crushing everything within it. This is not just water. It is another planet beneath our feet. The Atlantic never stands still. Every second, billions of tons of water are in motion. Storms, winds, and currents form vast systems of movement. It never stops. Stability is an illusion. Deep within the Atlantic flows a current more powerful than all the rivers on Earth combined. It is the Gulf Stream, a warm ocean current stretching from the Gulf of Mexico to Europe. Without it, Western Europe would resemble the frozen Arctic. London and Labrador share the same latitude, yet London is far warmer in winter. A single ocean current has shaped the climate and even the civilization of an entire region. This is the thermohaline circulation, a global system regulating Earth's temperature. Warm water moves, cools, sinks, and flows again. A single cycle can take thousands of years to complete. Every day, the ocean releases millions of tons of water vapor into the atmosphere. These clouds travel across continents and return as rain. The rain you see today may have begun in the Atlantic. The ocean absorbs nearly 1/3 of the CO2 humans produce each year. It also generates more than half of the oxygen we breathe. This is not just water, it is a life support system for the planet. But this system is weakening. The Gulf Stream is showing signs of slowing due to climate change. If it collapses, Europe's climate could shift within decades. Earth's greatest climate engine is under threat. The Atlantic hurricane season runs from June to November each year. Warm ocean water fuels these storms, and when conditions align, they intensify rapidly. This is the most powerful storm factory on Earth. In powerful storms, waves can reach 20 to 30 meters, as tall as a 10-story building. They move with the force of a high-speed train. No ship can endure that indefinitely. More dangerous than storms are rogue waves, sudden walls of water that appear without warning. No pattern, no signal, and often twice the height of surrounding waves. Many ships have vanished without explanation. Where warm and cold currents collide, the ocean becomes chaotic. Dense fog forms instantly, winds shift, and waves intensify. Conditions can turn from calm to deadly within hours. Inside a hurricane, winds can exceed 250 kilometers per hour. Air pressure drops so rapidly it causes physical pain. Those who have endured it say nothing can truly prepare you. In the open ocean, you are thousands of kilometers from land. If something goes wrong, rescue may take days. The Atlantic does not forgive small mistakes. Calm seas can create a false sense of safety. But this is not gentleness. It is the silence before the next storm. The Atlantic has no enemies, only those who do not yet understand it. Sunlight touches the ocean surface, but it penetrates only about 200 meters before fading away. Below lies the twilight zone, where light disappears and the world begins to transform. The descent into the ocean is a journey into eternal darkness. At 200 meters, light becomes a memory. Temperatures drop, and pressure rises rapidly. This is no longer a world meant for humans. At 1,000 meters, darkness is absolute. Pressure is 100 times that at the surface. No wind, no waves, no light, only cold and silence. Yet even here, life endures. Between 3,000 and 5,000 meters lies the deep ocean floor, a world that appears flat, yet is filled with hidden danger. The pressure can crush any human-made structure, and most of it remains unexplored. At the center of the Atlantic lies the longest mountain range on Earth, the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, stretching over 16,000 kilometers. Hidden beneath the ocean, it marks where the planet is slowly pulling itself apart. Along this ridge, underwater volcanoes erupt continuously. Magma rises from deep within the Earth, meets cold water, and solidifies instantly. The Atlantic is still expanding, centimeter by centimeter each year. Over 80% of the Atlantic seafloor remains unmapped in detail. We understand the surface of the moon better than our own ocean floor. This is the last great frontier of human exploration. Life on the deep seafloor survives on what is known as marine snow. Tiny fragments of organic matter drift slowly down from the upper layers. Entire ecosystems depend on this invisible rain. At hydrothermal vents, water erupts at temperatures exceeding 400 degrees Celsius. Yet entire ecosystems thrive here without sunlight. Chemical energy from the Earth replaces the need for solar energy. In total darkness, many creatures produce their own light. These cold glows are the language of life in the deep. And many of these species remain unknown to science. the surface, giants of the ocean migrate across vast distances. Humpback whales use the Atlantic as a transoceanic highway. Their songs can travel thousands of kilometers through the water. The great white shark is one of the most perfect predators ever evolved. It has changed little in 400 million years. The Atlantic has been its hunting ground since before the age of dinosaurs. Ocean currents bring nutrients from the depths to the surface. Plankton bloom, small fish gather, and predators follow. This is a massive, interconnected web of life operating at an unimaginable scale. The giant squid has the largest eyes in the animal kingdom. It lives in the deep ocean, rarely seen alive. The scars on sperm whales are the only evidence of silent battles fought in the dark. Sea turtles have crossed the Atlantic for over 100 million years. After decades, they return to the exact beach where they were born. The ocean is their living map, encoded deep within their genes. The Romans called it Oceanus Atlanticus, the edge of the known world. Beyond it lay death, at least in ancient belief. For thousands of years, no one dared to cross that boundary. Around the year 1000, the Vikings became the first to cross the Atlantic. Leif Erikson reached North America 500 years before Columbus. No maps, no compass, only stars and courage. In 1492, Columbus crossed the ocean with 3 small ships. For 36 days, they sailed into the unknown. When land finally appeared, many sailors wept. From that moment, human history was forever changed. Afterward, the Atlantic became the busiest trade route in the world. But alongside goods came tragedy. Millions of Africans were forcibly transported across it. This ocean witnessed both glory and human cruelty. In 1912, the Titanic, deemed unsinkable, sank within hours. Over 1,500 people died in freezing waters at -2 degrees Celsius. The Atlantic reminded humanity that nothing is truly invincible. During World War II, the Atlantic became a brutal battleground. Thousands of ships were sunk in the darkness. Today, the ocean floor is a graveyard of war and human lives. Today, tens of thousands of cargo ships cross the Atlantic each year. Nearly 40% of global trade flows through it. It remains the economic lifeline of modern civilization. The Bermuda Triangle, between Florida, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, is known for unexplained disappearances. Dozens of ships and aircraft have vanished since the early 20th century. Science offers explanations, but the ocean still keeps its secrets. One scientific theory points to massive methane hydrate deposits beneath the seabed. When released, methane reduces water density, causing ships to sink instantly. This is not myth, it is physics. The Atlantic seafloor is constantly shifting, with hundreds of earthquakes each year. In 1755, the Lisbon earthquake triggered a massive tsunami, killing tens of thousands. The energy beneath us continues to build. At 4,000 meters, pressure is strong enough to crush steel. The 2023 Titan submersible disaster proved that even modern technology is fragile against the ocean. We explore with vessels that are incredibly vulnerable. Millions of tons of plastic drift across the Atlantic. Microplastics have entered the entire food chain. Humanity is altering the ocean faster than any natural force in history. Rising ocean temperatures are killing coral reefs. Even a small increase causes corals to expel their symbiotic algae, turning white and eventually dying. Ecosystems that support 25% of marine life are disappearing. The Atlantic is both storm and calm, life and death, history and future. It does not care about humanity, it simply exists as it has for hundreds of millions of years. We are only recent visitors, and the ocean has never promised to accept us. Humanity has learned to cross the ocean, but never to conquer it. Every journey is a negotiation with nature. Humility is not optional, it is essential for survival. We have walked on the moon, yet most of our own ocean remains unexplored. The greatest mysteries are not in space, they lie beneath us. The Atlantic still has stories yet to be told. Every day, people look out at the ocean and see infinity. The Atlantic is not an enemy, but those who underestimate it will pay the price. It existed long before us, and it will remain long after we are gone. Earth, a planet of vast oceans. More than 70% of its surface is covered by water, and humanity has ventured across these seas for thousands of years. But not all waters are the same. Some narrow points hold the power to shape the fate of the world. These are straits, narrow natural corridors between landmasses. They connect oceans and form the lifelines of global shipping. Whoever controls these passages holds the keys to global trade and military power. Every day, thousands of ships carrying oil, goods, and food pass through these straits. Even a minor disruption can trigger energy crises and send global prices soaring. By definition, a strait is a long, narrow natural waterway between two landmasses, connecting two larger bodies of water. Unlike man-made canals, straits are formed by nature over millions of years, and that is what makes them irreplaceable. this video, we will journey through the world's 10 most strategic straits. From the tropical waters of Malacca to the icy expanse of Bering, from calm seas to the most violent oceans on Earth. The journey begins now. The Strait of Malacca, often called Asia's choke point. Located between the Malay Peninsula and Sumatra, it is the shortest route connecting the Indian Ocean to the Pacific. Stretching 805 kilometers, it is one of the longest straits in the world. At its narrowest point, it is only about 1.2 kilometers wide. Yet over 80,000 ships pass through each year, roughly 220 per day. It is the second busiest shipping lane in the world, after the English Channel. At its eastern gateway lies the port of Singapore, one of the busiest in the world. With no natural resources, Singapore built its wealth on this strategic position, a powerful lesson in modern geopolitics. Navigating Malacca is a serious challenge. Shallow waters, hidden shoals, and small islands make it dangerous. Heavy rain and dense fog reduce visibility, while complex currents and heavy traffic increase the risk of accidents. The Malacca Strait is a vital energy corridor for Asia. China, Japan, and South Korea rely heavily on oil imports from the Middle East through this route. Around 30% of global trade passes through this strait. Beyond natural hazards, Malacca has long been a hotspot for piracy. Today, Malaysia, Indonesia, and Singapore conduct joint patrols to ensure security. However, geopolitical competition in this region continues to intensify. The Strait of Hormuz, the most critical energy artery on Earth. Located between the Gulf of Oman and the Persian Gulf, it is the only gateway for Middle Eastern oil to reach global markets. Iran lies to the north, while the UAE and Oman sit to the south. Around 21 million barrels of oil pass through Hormuz every day, nearly 1/3 of global supply. This equals the entire daily consumption of the United States. No other choke point carries such economic weight. At its narrowest, Hormuz is only about 34 kilometers wide. Shipping lanes are divided into 2 3-kilometer channels with a buffer zone in between. However, its shallow depth, under 60 meters, makes it vulnerable to control or blockade. This is why Hormuz is one of the most volatile geopolitical hotspots. Iran has repeatedly threatened to close the strait, while the United States maintains a strong naval presence to ensure freedom of navigation. Even a small spark could escalate into a major conflict. Global markets react instantly to events in Hormuz. A single attack or threat can send oil prices soaring within hours. It is a clear example of how geography shapes the global economy. From a military geography perspective, Iran holds a major advantage with its long coastline and rugged terrain overlooking the strait. This makes Hormuz both a vital economic artery and one of the most dangerous choke points in the world. The Strait of Gibraltar, where Europe and Africa are just 14 kilometers apart at their closest point. It connects the Atlantic Ocean to the Mediterranean Sea and serves as an indirect gateway to the Indian Ocean via the Suez Canal. No other European strait holds such historical significance. With depths ranging from 300 to 900 meters, Gibraltar is much deeper than Hormuz or Malacca. Differences in salinity create two opposing currents. Atlantic water flows in at the surface, while denser Mediterranean water flows out below. Weather in Gibraltar can be harsh and unpredictable. Winds accelerate through the narrow passage, creating a tunnel effect. Combined with strong waves and currents, it becomes one of the most challenging maritime routes. In modern times, Gibraltar holds major military significance. Submarines can use natural currents to move silently without detection. This tactic played a crucial role during the Cold War between NATO and the Soviet Union. The Bosphorus is one of the few places on Earth where a major city spans two continents. Istanbul bridges Europe and Asia, with this legendary strait cutting through its heart. At its narrowest, it is only about 700 meters wide, narrower than many major rivers. The Bosphorus features a rare hydrological phenomenon, two opposing currents at different depths. Surface water from the Black Sea flows outward, while denser Mediterranean water flows inward below. This creates a complex and hazardous maritime environment. The Bosphorus runs through one of Turkey's most densely populated areas, making accidents extremely dangerous. Numerous collisions and groundings have occurred within the city itself. Each incident risks environmental disaster and threatens millions of people. West of the Bosphorus lies the Dardanelles, connecting the Aegean Sea to the Sea of Marmara. Strong currents make navigation difficult. The Bering Strait, a natural boundary between Eurasia and North America. Located between Russia and Alaska, it is about 85 kilometers wide and 30 to 50 meters deep. It is one of the harshest marine environments on Earth, frozen for much of the year. Winter in the Bering Strait is a survival challenge. Temperatures drop below -20 degrees Celsius, and ice covers most of the sea. Dense fog and sudden blizzards with extreme winds make navigation nearly impossible. Only specialized icebreakers can operate here. Climate change is reshaping the importance of the Bering Strait. As ice melts, Arctic shipping routes between Europe and Asia are becoming viable, reducing travel distance by up to 40% compared to the Suez route. With this new potential, tensions between Russia and the United States are rising. Both are increasing their military presence. The race to control the Arctic and its vast resources is turning the Bering Strait into a new geopolitical hotspot. The Danish Strait, also known as the Sund, connects northern European waters to the Atlantic. It stretches 480 kilometers, with a narrowest width of 290 kilometers, but a shallow depth of only about 12 meters. As a result, large vessels are restricted in draft when passing through. Today, the Danish Strait is known for the Øresund Bridge, a hybrid bridge and tunnel linking Copenhagen and Malmö. It stands as a testament to humanity's ability to adapt to and utilize strategic waterways. The English Channel is the busiest shipping lane in the world. It stretches 562 kilometers, with its narrowest point just 34 kilometers between Dover and Calais. It forms a natural boundary between Britain and mainland Europe. Another engineering marvel is the Channel Tunnel, completed in 1994. At 50 kilometers long, with 38 kilometers underwater, it is the longest subsea tunnel in the world, linking Britain and France in just a few hours. Weather in the English Channel is notoriously harsh. Dense fog, strong winds, and complex tidal patterns make navigation difficult. It features one of the most advanced maritime traffic control systems in the world. At the southern tip of South America lie two legendary straits, Magellan and Drake. The Strait of Magellan stretches 570 kilometers, connecting the Atlantic and Pacific through narrow channels and islands. It was discovered by Ferdinand Magellan in 1520 during the first circumnavigation of the globe. Magellan took 38 days to cross this strait under extreme conditions. Its width varies dramatically, Patagonia winds are fierce, and hidden rocks lie everywhere. For centuries, it was the only route between the two oceans without sailing around Africa. When the Panama Canal opened in 1914, the importance of the Magellan Strait declined. The artificial route is shorter and far safer. Today, Magellan is mostly of historical significance, though still used by ships too large for Panama. To the south lies the Drake Passage, the most dangerous sea on Earth. With no land to block the winds, Antarctic currents build immense power before funneling through. Waves over 10 meters and relentless storms are the norm. Cape Horn and the Drake Passage were the ultimate test for sailors in the age of sail. To pass, it was a mark of true mastery. Thousands of lives were lost in these waters. Even today, it remains a challenge for the most daring explorers. The Bab el-Mandeb Strait, whose name in Arabic means Gate of Tears, located between Yemen, Djibouti, and Eritrea, it connects the Red Sea to the Indian Ocean and the Suez Canal. Without it, the Suez route would lose its significance. Currents in the Bab el-Mandeb Strait are strong and complex, especially during monsoon seasons. Winds from opposing directions generate large waves and turbulent waters. Shallow areas further increase navigational risks. Bab el-Mandeb and the Suez Canal form an interconnected system. Suez allows ships to bypass Africa, but Bab el-Mandeb is the gateway into the Red Sea. If either is disrupted, the entire Asia-Europe trade route is affected. Looking at the world map, strategic straits are not randomly placed. They exist where continents nearly meet, forming natural choke points that cannot be replaced. Each strait is unique, yet all carry immense geopolitical weight. Natural conditions define each strait's role. Hormuz is shallow and narrow, easy to control. Gibraltar is deep with powerful currents. Bering is frozen, yet opening new possibilities. Nature designed them, and humanity has adapted to each one. In today's globalized world, over 90% of international trade moves by sea. Much of it passes through strategic straits. Nearly everything we use daily is connected to these vital routes. Straits are more than geography, they are history, economics, war, and peace. They show how small places can shape the fate of billions. To understand these straits is to understand the world.
This is the darkest place on our planet. Not outer space, not a cave, not the depths of a forest. It lies directly beneath your feet, 11 kilometers below the ocean's surface. Sunlight can only penetrate the first 300 meters of the ocean. Below that lies the twilight zone, then the midnight zone, and finally, absolute darkness. Challenger Deep is 36 times deeper, where no ray of sunlight has ever reached. If Mount Everest were placed inside the Mariana Trench, its peak would still sit 2 kilometers underwater. This is the lowest point on Earth's surface. And for centuries, humanity knew almost nothing about it. More people have walked on the moon than have visited the deepest ocean. Challenger Deep is more remote than the International Space Station. And what scientists discovered there could change how we understand life forever. Scientists discovered life here. not fragile organisms barely surviving, but entire ecosystems thriving and stranger than anything imagined on distant planets. This is the story of Earth's deepest abyss and its final mystery. The Mariana Trench lies in the western Pacific Ocean, about 300 kilometers from the island of Guam. It stretches for 2,550 kilometers, longer than the width of the United States. But its true fame comes from its unimaginable depth. Earth's surface is divided into massive tectonic plates that constantly move. Here, the older and heavier Pacific Plate dives beneath the smaller Mariana Plate, tearing the ocean crust apart and forming the deepest scar on the planet. What makes the Mariana Trench so deep is the age of the ocean crust. It is 170 million years old. Dating back to the age of dinosaurs. Older crust is colder, denser, and sinks deeper into the planet. From the surface to 200 meters lies the sunlight zone. Home to dolphins, sharks, and coral reefs. Below 1,000 meters begins the midnight zone, where darkness and crushing cold dominate. But beyond 6,000 meters lies the Hadal zone. A strange world where pressure reshapes the rules of life itself. The pressure at Challenger Deep is more than 1,000 times stronger than at sea level. It's like placing 50 Boeing 747 airplanes on an area the size of your fingertip. Any object not specially reinforced would be crushed instantly. Temperatures at the bottom range between just 1 and 4 degrees Celsius, nearly freezing. No sunlight reaches this depth, and no warm ocean currents can penetrate it. This is the coldest, darkest, and most silent environment on Earth. You sit inside a steel sphere, smaller than a refrigerator. Outside, 11 kilometers of freezing seawater press against every centimeter of the hull. And the only sound you hear is the metal creaking under unimaginable pressure. On January 23, 1960, two men prepared to attempt something no one had ever done before. U.S. Navy Lieutenant Don Walsh and Swiss engineer Jacques Piccard were about to descend to the deepest point on Earth. The Trieste was unlike any submarine ever built. Above sat a massive tank holding 85,000 liters of gasoline for buoyancy. Below hung a steel sphere 12 centimeters thick, barely 2 meters wide. No cameras, no robotic arms, no rescue system, just 2 men and a mission. The descent lasted 4 hours and 47 minutes in total darkness. Walsh and Picard could see nothing, only hearing the water, each other's breathing, and the creaking of metal. Then, at 9,000 meters, a terrifying bang echoed through the hull. A plexiglass window on the outside had cracked under pressure, shaking the entire vessel. Walsh and Picard faced a choice: ascend immediately or continue descending deeper. They looked at each other and made their decision: to keep going. At 1:06 p.m., the Trieste touched the bottom of Challenger Deep at a depth of 10,916 meters. The temperature inside the cabin had dropped to just 7 degrees Celsius. Exhausted and shivering, they had only 20 minutes before beginning the ascent. Picard reported seeing a flatfish about 30 centimeters long gliding slowly across the sediment. Then small shrimp appeared. Movement, life. Perfectly ordinary life at the very bottom of the abyss. Challenger Deep was not empty. Something was living there. After that historic dive, no one returned to Challenger Deep for more than 50 years. The Trieste carried no cameras and collected no samples. 2 eyewitness accounts were the only evidence. The U.S. Navy abandoned the effort. The cost was enormous, and the scientific return seemed too small. Scientists shifted to using remotely operated vehicles, or ROVs. These machines could send back images and samples, but they lacked the flexibility of human exploration. The Mariana Trench remained largely forgotten until a Hollywood director entered the story. On March 26, 2012, filmmaker James Cameron climbed inside the submersible Deep Sea Challenger. The director of Titanic and Avatar was about to descend alone to the deepest point on Earth. This time, there were cameras, scientific instruments, and tools to truly study the abyss. Cameron sat inside a cockpit so cramped he could barely stretch his arms. A window 24 centimeters thick separated him from the crushing pressure outside. After 2 hours and 36 minutes, he became the third human in history to reach Challenger Deep. Cameron described the landscape as desolate, almost like the moon. No large animals appeared, yet the sediment samples he collected revealed 68 previously unknown species of microbes. Cameras also captured microbial mats thriving through chemosynthesis, life that survives without sunlight. In May 2019, American explorer Victor Vescovo reached a record depth of 10,927 meters. But he did not stop after one dive. Vescovo returned repeatedly, allowing humans for the first time to systematically explore the deepest part of the ocean. Vescovo's team discovered rocks coated in vivid yellow and orange minerals, evidence of deep geological activity. They also identified 4 new species of amphipods, shrimp-like creatures perfectly adapted to the crushing pressure of the abyss. Then, Vescovo saw something no one wanted to find in the deepest place on Earth. Resting on the floor of Challenger Deep, nearly 11 kilometers below the surface, was a plastic bag and candy wrappers. He later described it as the most disappointing moment of the entire expedition. Scientists brought the captured deep-sea creatures back to the laboratory and analyzed their tissues. The results were shocking. Nearly every animal examined contained microplastics. Plastic from the surface had sunk 11 kilometers down, and the creatures here are consuming it. This discovery shocked the scientific community. No part of the ocean, no matter how deep or remote, remains untouched by human activity. The Mariana Trench is not only the deepest place on Earth, it has also become a mirror reflecting humanity's impact on the planet. The Mariana snailfish is the deepest living fish ever recorded, surviving at depths beyond 8,000 meters. Its body is almost transparent, lacking a swim bladder and built mostly from soft cartilage. It represents the absolute limit of vertebrate life on Earth. Giant amphipods, relatives of shrimp, can grow up to 18 centimeters in the Mariana Trench. Scientists discovered they reinforce their exoskeletons with aluminum, something no other known animal does. They extract the metal directly from deep-sea sediments. The Dumbo octopus, named for its ear-like fins, is one of the deepest living octopus species known. Unlike shallow water octopuses, it lacks an ink sac. At these depths, predators are rare, so elaborate defense mechanisms are unnecessary. Xenophyophores are the largest single-celled organisms ever discovered. A single cell can grow to the size of a tennis ball. Spread across the ocean floor like alien flowers, they challenge many biological assumptions about the limits of life. Between August and November 2021, China's Fendausha submersible completed 33 dives into the Mariana Trench. Scientists collected more than 1,600 sediment samples and discovered over 7,000 microbial species, nearly 89% of them previously unknown to science. Thousands of tube worms and giant clams form dense colonies on the trench floor, resembling an underwater forest. These organisms survive through chemosynthesis, using chemical energy leaking from the Earth's crust instead of sunlight. It is the deepest chemosynthetic ecosystem ever discovered. The Mariana Trench teaches us something extraordinary. Life does not require sunlight, comfortable temperatures, or the conditions we once believed were essential. But it also teaches us something else. No place on Earth is truly beyond the reach of humanity. Even 11 kilometers beneath the ocean's surface, our presence can be found. The darkest place on our planet is still waiting to be explored. The only question is this: when we return, will we bring science or more pollution? You look at the ocean's surface and think you are seeing the Atlantic, but that surface is only a curtain, a thin sheet of glass separating our world from an entirely different one below. "99% of this ocean's volume exists where there is no light, no warmth, no familiar sound, and yet it is still full of life."
With every meter you descend, something changes. Light weakens, colors disappear in sequence. Red first, then orange, yellow, green. Only blue remains. Then violet. Then nothing. Darkness does not arrive from one direction. It comes from everywhere at once, slowly and completely consuming everything.
Before we descend deeper, look at the smallest life in the upper layer.
Phytoplankton, single-celled organisms invisible to the naked eye, produce more than 50% of the oxygen in Earth's atmosphere. Not rainforests, not the Amazon. These microscopic drifters, suspended in the top 200 meters of the Atlantic, are what keep you breathing.
This is a bait ball. Millions of herrings gather into a dense sphere and move as if they were a single organism. No leader, no central command. Each fish reacts only to its nearest neighbor, and from millions of simple decisions emerges a collective intelligence powerful enough to deceive sharks and tuna for hours.
Funnus finis, the Atlantic bluefin tuna. 3 meters long, weighing over 600 kilograms, capable of bursts up to 70 kilometers per hour. They are warm-blooded, rare among fish, maintaining a body temperature higher than the surrounding water to maximize muscle performance. Each year they migrate from the Caribbean to Norway and back, tens of thousands of kilometers with no maps, no GPS, guided only by Earth's magnetic field.
Dolphins are not just intelligent, they have names. Each dolphin produces a unique signature whistle, like an acoustic fingerprint, and others in the pod call them by it. They remember companions after years apart. They teach their young hunting techniques through demonstration. The Atlantic is home to minds like these, right at the surface, right before our eyes.
Dermacheles coriacea, the leatherback turtle, the largest living reptile, weighing up to 900 kilograms. They dive deeper than 1,200 meters to hunt jellyfish, prey they pursue across the Atlantic. This species has existed for 100 million years, surviving the extinction that wiped out the dinosaurs. And now, they face the greatest threat in their history, us.
Cyanea capillata, the lion's mane jellyfish, one of the longest animals ever recorded, its tentacles stretching up to 37 meters, longer than a blue whale. No brain, no heart, no blood, a body made of 95% water. And yet, it hunts, reproduces, and has existed for 500 million years, long before fish first appeared on Earth.
The Sargasso Sea is the only sea on Earth without a shoreline, its boundaries defined by 4 surrounding currents. The floating mats of golden sargassum form a complete ecosystem. Hundreds of species cling to it, hide within it, feed upon one another, entirely dependent on this drifting forest. It is also where European eels travel over 6,000 kilometers to spawn, and then die.
"200 meters. Sunlight officially ends here. Above is the world you know. Below is a world humanity has only just begun to glimpse. More than 80% of the ocean floor has never been directly observed. What we are about to enter, much of it is being told for the first time. Let's keep descending.
The mesopelagic layer, also known as the twilight zone, stretches from 200 to 1,000 meters. This is a realm of perpetual dusk, where day and night lose their meaning, and light becomes only a faint memory from above. Few people realize this zone holds the largest animal biomass on the planet, more than all surface fish combined, yet we know almost nothing about it.
Myctophidae, lanternfish. These tiny fish, only a few centimeters long, may be the most abundant fish on Earth by total biomass. Each night, they rise to the surface to feed. Each morning, they descend into darkness to avoid predators. This vertical journey of hundreds of meters, repeated every 24 hours, is the largest migration on the planet, and almost no one knows it exists.
A siphonophore is not a single organism, but a colony. Thousands of tiny individuals called zooids are linked together. Each evolved to specialize in a single task: hunting, digestion, reproduction, propulsion. None can survive alone. It represents one of the most blurred boundaries between individual and collective in the natural world, and some species grow up to 50 meters long.
Vampiroteuthis infernalis, the vampire squid from hell, a scientific name that lives up to its meaning. Neither true octopus nor true squid, it is the last surviving member of an ancient evolutionary lineage. When threatened, it turns itself inside out like a cloak, exposing sharp spines, and releases not black ink, but clouds of bioluminescent light, turning darkness into illumination.
Humboldt squid communicate by changing the color of their skin. Millions of chromatophores expand and contract in an instant, producing complex flashing signals we have yet to decode. They hunt cooperatively, coordinating attacks without sound, using only light. It is a complete language, written on skin, read by sight, in total darkness.
Regalachus glesnae, the oarfish. Reaching up to 11 meters, it is the longest bony fish on Earth. For centuries, oarfish appearing near shore were believed to signal earthquakes and tsunamis, not entirely without basis, as they inhabit tectonic fault zones. They were never filmed alive in their natural habitat until 2001. Before that, we only knew them from bodies washed ashore.
Marine snow. The remains of phytoplankton, animal waste, mineral shells of microorganisms all clump into tiny particles and fall continuously from the surface. It is the only food supply for life below the light zone. But marine snow is also a carbon pathway, carrying atmospheric CO2 to the ocean floor. The Atlantic is absorbing humanity's carbon and burying it for thousands of years. Every second, every day.
Isurus oxyrhynchus, the short-fin mako shark, the fastest shark in the ocean, reaching 70 kilometers per hour and leaping up to 6 meters above the surface. Like the bluefin tuna, makos are warm-blooded, maintaining elevated body temperatures to maximize muscle and brain performance while hunting. They can detect prey movement through electroreceptors across their snouts.
Every night at sunset, an extraordinary event unfolds across the global ocean. Billions of organisms, lanternfish, shrimp, small squid, copepods, rise from the depths to feed at the surface, then descend before dawn. This vertical migration moves vast amounts of carbon from surface waters to the deep ocean each night, one of the most important mechanisms regulating Earth's climate, and we are only beginning to understand it.
Copepods, smaller than a grain of rice, may be the most numerous animals on Earth. Trillions are drifting in the Atlantic right now. They are the central link in the entire marine food web, feeding on phytoplankton eaten by small fish, and ultimately sustaining whales. If copepods disappeared, the ocean ecosystem would collapse within weeks.
Architeuthis ducks, the giant squid, growing up to 13 meters long with the largest eyes in the animal kingdom, 27 centimeters wide, the size of a dinner plate, designed to capture the faintest photons in the darkness. For centuries, they were legend, the Viking kraken, the sailor's sea monster. Not until 2004 were they first photographed alive in their natural habitat, and much about them remains unknown.
During World War II, the U.S. Navy discovered something strange. Sonar repeatedly misread the ocean floor. They called it the false bottom. Later, scientists realized it was the deep scattering layer, a dense concentration of organisms reflecting sound waves like solid ground. Billions of creatures gathered at the edge of light, forming a biological layer so thick, sonar mistook it for rock. War had accidentally uncovered one of the greatest ecological phenomena of the ocean.
"1,000 meters. Sunlight does not exist here. Not a single photon from the sun reaches this layer. Temperature, 4 degrees Celsius. Pressure, 100 atmospheres, 100 times surface pressure. This is the bathypelagic zone, the realm of true darkness, stretching from 1,000 to 4,000 meters, and it holds more mysteries than everything we have discovered above."
Melanocetus johnsoni, the black anglerfish. The female carries a biological lure on her head, its tip filled with bioluminescent bacteria, the only trap she needs. Prey approaches out of curiosity or mistake and disappears into elastic jaws capable of swallowing something twice her size. Her stomach can expand almost endlessly. In this darkness, you never know when the next meal will come.
Male anglerfish are up to 60 times smaller than females. When he encounters a female, he bites into her skin and begins to fuse, circulatory, nervous, and digestive systems gradually connecting before dissolving. Eventually, the male is no longer an independent individual. He becomes an appendage of the female, existing only to provide sperm. This is one of the most extreme forms of biological integration in nature.
Dragonfish possess a weapon no prey here is prepared for: infrared light. Most deep-sea creatures cannot see infrared because evolution never created sensors for something absent from their environment. Dragonfish use it as a stealth flashlight, illuminating prey without the prey knowing it is being lit. They truly see in the darkness, while everything around them remains blind. Macropinna microstoma, the bear eye fish. Its head is completely transparent, like a diving helmet, allowing its tubular eyes to rotate freely inside, looking upward to detect faint backlit prey silhouettes, then rotating forward to strike. We did not know this until 2004, because bringing them to the surface shattered the transparent dome. For decades, we described the species incorrectly. Chaliotis sloani, the viperfish. Fangs so long it cannot close its mouth, curving outward to form an inescapable trap. Along its belly, photophores emit light matching the faint glow from above, allowing it to disappear when viewed from below.
In this darkness, even darkness itself becomes a weapon. Grimpeteuthis, the Dumbo octopus, lives between 1,000 and 7,000 meters, the deepest living octopus known. Its body is nearly transparent, lacking an ink sock because concealment is unnecessary where there is no light. They do not follow seasonal reproductive cycles like surface species. Females carry eggs and can lay them year-round when conditions allow. In eternal darkness, time operates differently. Himantolophus, the deep-sea football fish. Its round body is an adaptation. No streamlined scales for speed, because speed does not matter here. Energy conservation does. It barely swims, hovering and waiting. Its lure emits silver light, different from the common blue, attracting prey accustomed to blue glows. In the darkness, even the color of light is strategy. In absolute darkness, some species evolved in the opposite direction. Instead of dark camouflage, they became transparent. There is nothing to see as light passes through like air. This is the most perfect invisibility possible, not by blending into the background, but by erasing one's shadow entirely in a world without light. Mantis shrimp can strike with acceleration faster than a bullet, 23 meters per second in under 3 milliseconds. The punch creates cavitation bubbles, low pressure bubbles that collapse at temperatures as hot as the surface of the sun for a fraction of a second. Even if the direct hit misses, the shockwave can kill the prey. They carry a miniature nuclear-level physical weapon in their claws. Deep-sea hatchetfish practice camouflage known as counter-illumination. Their bellies glow through photophores at precisely the same intensity as the faint light from above. Viewed from below, they vanish into the background and cast no shadow. Predators see nothing. It is optical stealth technology, perfect, battery-free, evolved over millions of years. Acanthostir plancy, the crown of thorns starfish. Not a deep-sea species, but a perfect example of how one species can destroy an entire ecosystem. Each individual consumes coral. During outbreaks, they blanket and eliminate entire reefs in months. Ecosystems built over centuries erased in a single season. And outbreaks are becoming more frequent as oceans warm.
Samniosis microphycephalus, the Greenland shark, the longest living vertebrate known on Earth. Radiocarbon analysis of islands tissue suggests one individual lived over 400 years, born before Galileo invented the telescope. They grow so slowly, they reach sexual maturity only at 150 years. In 2 degrees Celsius water, time literally moves slower.
Sperm whales dive to 2,000 meters and can hold their breath for over 90 minutes. In total darkness, they hunt giant squid using echolocation, producing the loudest clicks in the animal kingdom, 230 decibels, powerful enough to stun or kill prey before contact. Many sperm whales bear large circular scars, marks left by giant squid tentacles in battles no human has ever witnessed. Stillness is the most effective hunting strategy in darkness. Many species here never actively chase prey. They wait. Day after day, month after month, hovering or lying motionless, consuming minimal energy. When prey comes close enough, in an instant. Where food is scarce and energy more precious than gold, patience is not a virtue, it is survival. "4,000 meters. The seafloor. Not rock, but mud. Fine sediment tens of meters thick, accumulated from marine snow over millions of years. This is the abyssal plain, the flattest and most extensive terrain on Earth, stretching thousands of kilometers unchanged, silent, dark, and cold. And still, life exists here, though no one knows exactly what kind or how much."
3,800 meters beneath the Atlantic, 700 kilometers from Newfoundland. RMS Titanic has rested here since the night of April 15, 1912. But this is no longer just a wreck. It is a complete ecosystem. Coral clings to the railings, fish move through corridors once filled with people. Octopus inhabit rooms that were once first-class cabins. Halomonas titanica, bacteria named after the ship itself, are consuming Titanic from within. They feed on iron, excreting intricate rust formations called rusticles, up to 90 centimeters long, housing entire microbial communities inside. Scientists estimate Titanic may fully collapse within the next 30 years. The ship is being slowly digested by millions of invisible organisms. In 1912, this was the most luxurious ship ever built. Crystal fountains, grand staircases, private refrigeration for each cabin. Now, nothing remains. Wood consumed by bacteria, carpets and curtains dissolved, only metal and mud endure. Yet within that mud, thousands of objects remain intact. Leather shoes, wine bottles still holding wine, silverware still gleaming in ROV light after more than a century. From the 15th to 18th centuries, hundreds of Spanish galleons carried gold and silver from the Americas to Europe, and many never arrived. Storms, reefs, pirates, the Atlantic took its share. Billions in treasure may still lie undiscovered in these wrecks, yet more valuable now, they have become coral reefs, habitats for hundreds of species that could not survive without them. The U.S. East Coast from Florida to Cape Hatteras. Sailors in World War II called it Torpedo Junction. German U-boats hunted here from 1942, sinking hundreds of ships within months, sometimes within sight of shore. Now the wrecks of U-boats and Allied vessels lie side by side beneath the sea, coral covering both, hostility dissolved in time. SS Thistlegorm, a British military supply ship bombed in 1941, sank with its cargo intact. Trucks, motorcycles, rifles, boots, boxed watches. Today, everything remains as it was loaded, neatly arranged yet covered in coral and anemones. Fish swim through motorcycles like a forest. War created a sanctuary. Henrietta Marie, a British slave ship wrecked in 1700 off Florida. When divers found it in 1972, they discovered hundreds of iron shackles scattered across the seabed. An estimated 200 Africans were chained in its hold when it sank. This wreck stands as physical evidence of one of humanity's darkest chapters, resting silently beneath the Atlantic for 3 centuries.
Not only ships, the Atlantic is also a graveyard for thousands of aircraft. B-17 bombers flying from America to Britain often ran out of fuel and ditched at sea. Crews were rescued, the planes were not. Now these flying fortresses lie on the seabed like rusted steel monuments, cockpits intact, tail guns still facing backward, waiting for enemies that will never come again. In 1968, the U.S. nuclear submarine USS Scorpion disappeared en route from the Mediterranean to Norfolk. 99 sailors never returned. It was found that same year at 3,000 meters, shattered into pieces. The official cause remains unresolved after more than 50 years. The Atlantic keeps its secrets. The most remarkable thing about these wrecks is not that they sank, but what happened afterward. Hard metal in soft sediment is a rare resource, an anchor point for coral, anemones, mussels, oysters. When coral grows, fish arrive. When fish arrive, larger fish follow. Within decades, a wreck becomes one of the most biodiverse sites in surrounding waters. Human tragedy becomes nature's sanctuary. Modern technology is transforming how we approach these graveyards. ROVs can descend to 6,000 meters, film in high resolution, collect samples without touch. Wrecks once unreachable are now mapped in full 3D by sonar. Yet for every wreck discovered, hundreds remain unknown, lying silently in darkness, waiting. An estimated 3 million shipwrecks lie on the ocean floors, most within the Atlantic. Each wreck is a story interrupted, a journey never completed. Yet, from another perspective, the Atlantic has preserved over 3 million physical records of human history under near-perfect conditions. The ocean does not only take, it also keeps. In the oxygen-poor mud of the Atlantic seabed, ordinary decay bacteria cannot function. Many organic materials are preserved almost perfectly. Leather shoes from Titanic still hold their shape after more than a century. Leather, fabric, wood would normally vanish, but here, time moves slower. Decay proceeds differently. The deep seafloor is the most perfect archive on the planet.
The oldest wrecks in Atlantic-adjacent waters, Greek, Roman, Phoenician amphorae, remain intact after 2,000 years. Inside some amphorae, traces of wine, olive oil, honey still remain. Goods packed by hands turned to ash millennia ago. The Atlantic is a library.
Underwater archaeology is among the most difficult sciences. No true gravity, limited visibility, pressure increasing with every meter, dive time restricted, and the subject of study constantly decaying, looted, or accidentally damaged. Each expedition is a race against time to preserve evidence before the Atlantic claims it forever.
The final stage of every wreck, when coral has fully covered it, when metal has dissolved into sediment, when no artificial trace remains visible, is complete integration into nature. Ship becomes rock, rock becomes reef, reef becomes ecosystem. Humanity builds,
the Atlantic transforms. Nature completes. The cycle has no end.
If you drained the entire Atlantic Ocean, the first thing you would see is a mountain range. The Mid-Atlantic Ridge, stretching 16,000 kilometers, is the longest mountain chain on Earth. Most of it lies underwater, except Iceland, the only country on Earth built directly atop a mid-ocean ridge. At the center of the ridge lies a rift valley, a fracture where two tectonic plates are pulling apart. Speed, about 2.5 centimeters per year, the rate your fingernails grow. It sounds small, but over 100 million years, that is why the Americas and Africa are now 7,000 kilometers apart. The Atlantic is growing, every day, millimeter by millimeter.
When magma erupts from the rift and meets 2 degrees seawater, it instantly solidifies into rounded formations called pillow lava. Billions of tons of new rock are created each year from Earth's interior, filling the gap between separating plates. The Mid-Atlantic Ridge is a factory of ocean floor, operating continuously for 200 million years without a single day of rest. Iceland is the only place on Earth where you can stand between 2 tectonic plates and see them with your own eyes. The Thingvellir Valley, an exposed rift, widens by 2.5 centimeters each year. Divers can swim between the North American and Eurasian plates, touching both at once. It is the only place in the world where you can physically touch the force creating the Atlantic.
Scattered along the ridge and across the Atlantic are more than 800 identified seamounts, underwater volcanoes not tall enough to break the surface. Each is a biological oasis. Currents striking the slopes push nutrients upward, creating massive feeding grounds. Whales migrate along these seamount chains like following a food map. Cold water corals cling to basalt rock, building living structures without sunlight.
Lophelia pertusa, cold water coral. It needs no sunlight, no warm temperatures. It survives at depths from 40 to 3,000 meters and waters 4 to 13 degrees Celsius. Atlantic cold water reefs can rise 35 meters high and stretch for kilometers, thousands of years old. They grow only millimeters per year. A 1-meter structure may be 1,000 years old. And we have destroyed more cold water reefs than we have ever discovered. Beneath the Rift Valley, magma lies only a few kilometers below the seafloor. Heat from Earth's interior seeps through rock, heating seawater that infiltrates cracks, returning it superheated through hydrothermal vents. This is a massive heat circulation system. Cold water in, hot mineral-rich water out. Continuous for millions of years, sustaining ecosystems without sunlight.
The Mid-Atlantic Ridge is one of the most seismically active regions on Earth. Thousands of small quakes each year, most unfelt at the surface. But when tectonic plates shift suddenly, shock waves travel through seawater at the speed of sound, 1,500 meters per second. Large quakes here can trigger tsunamis reaching the coasts of Europe and the Americas. The Atlantic seafloor is Earth's most perfect geological book. The farther from the ridge, the older the crust, each layer recording a chapter of geological time.
By reading the Atlantic floor, geologists reconstructed 200 million years of continental drift, from the breakup of Pangaea to the present.
Scattered along the mid-Atlantic ridge are islands, volcanic peaks tall enough to breach the surface. Ascension, St. Helena, Tristan da Cunha, among the loneliest islands on Earth, thousands of kilometers from the nearest continent. St. Helena, Napoleon's place of exile, rises 4,000 meters from the seafloor, yet only 818 meters above sea level.
When magma solidifies into rock, magnetic minerals align with Earth's magnetic field, recording its direction like magnetic tape. Earth's magnetic field reverses every 200,000 to 300,000 years, and each reversal is preserved in alternating magnetic stripes on the seafloor. By reading these stripes, we know precisely how the ocean floor has spread, the most perfect evidence of plate tectonics.
2,000 meters beneath the Atlantic surface, surrounding water temperature 2 degrees Celsius. And from this fracture, water erupts at 400 degrees Celsius. It does not boil because 250 atmospheres of pressure keep it in a supercritical liquid state. This is a hydrothermal vent, and surrounding it is a complete ecosystem that survives without a single photon of sunlight. Black smokers are mineral chimneys formed when superheated, mineral-rich water meets cold seawater. They can rise up to 60 meters, grow within decades, and sometimes collapse within hours. The fluid they release is rich in hydrogen sulfide, methane, and metals, toxic to most life on Earth. Yet here, specialized organisms have evolved to turn poison into energy. Riftia pachyptilla, giant tube worms, have no mouth, no stomach, no digestive system. They survive entirely through chemosynthetic bacteria living in a special organ called the trophosome, which can make up 15% of their body weight. These bacteria convert toxic hydrogen sulfide into organic energy. This was the first compelling evidence that life does not require sunlight to exist. Rimicaris exoculata, blind vent shrimp, have completely lost their eyes through evolution. In their place, they possess a primitive light-sensitive organ on their backs, capable of detecting faint infrared radiation from the vent, enough to navigate. Densities can reach 2,500 individuals per square meter, almost unimaginable. Kiwa hirsuta, the yeti crab. The dense white hairs on its claws and chest are not for warmth, they are bacterial gardens. The crab cultivates chemosynthetic bacteria and harvests them as food. This is agriculture, farming and harvesting at 2,400 meters below sea level in near boiling water. Evolution invented agriculture millions of years before humans. Chrysomalin squamiferum, the scaly-foot snail, is the only known animal with an exoskeleton made of iron sulfide. Its shell and scales are mineralized directly from vent fluids. When discovered in 2001, the US military studied its shell structure for advanced armor design. Sometimes the best solutions are waiting on the ocean floor. In 2000, scientists discovered the Lost City on the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, a vent system unlike black smokers.
Instead of acidic, superheating water, it emits warm, alkaline fluids, 40 to 90 degrees Celsius, forming white towers up to 60 meters tall, made of aragonite and calcite. Lost City has been active for at least 30,000 years. The chemical reactions here produce hydrogen and methane, the most fundamental molecules of life.
Archaea, ancient microorganisms, live in vent waters exceeding boiling temperature. Pyrolobus fumari survives at 121 degrees Celsius, the temperature of laboratory sterilization autoclaves. These are among the most extreme life forms known, and may be direct descendants of Earth's earliest organisms 3.8 billion years ago, when the planet resembled this hellscape.
Pycnogonids, sea spiders, are not true spiders, but a distinct class of arthropods. In deep, cold waters and vent regions, some species reach giant sizes, legs up to 70 centimeters long. This is deep-sea gigantism. Cold temperatures and high oxygen levels allow invertebrates to grow beyond surface limits. Here, the rules of size are rewritten.
Bathymodialis, giant vent mussels, host chemosynthetic bacteria in their gills instead of filter feeding like typical mussels. They are mobile chemical factories. Some species can survive in both methane-rich and hydrogen sulfide-rich environments, earning the nickname dual fuel. In unstable vent habitats, flexibility is survival. Hydrothermal vents do not last forever. When magma shifts or cools, the heat source shuts down, sometimes within days, sometimes within hours. The ecosystem depending on that vent begins to die. But before it does, larvae and spores disperse into deep currents, the offspring of a dying vent drifting in search of another, perhaps hundreds of kilometers away.
Cold seeps are not hot vents, but slow leaks of methane and hydrogen sulfide without heat. No towers, no smoke, only bubbles rising and white bacterial mats spreading like snow. Cold seep ecosystems are less rich than hydrothermal vents, but far more stable, lasting hundreds of thousands of years, sustaining unknown communities awaiting discovery.
DSV Alvin, the legendary American research submersible, first brought humans to observe hydrothermal vents in 1977. When the crew saw forests of red tube worms in total darkness, they could hardly believe their eyes. It is said a biologist opened a bottle of wine kept for special occasions right then and there. This was one of the most important biological discoveries of the 20th century, and it happened on the ocean floor.
Megaptera novae angliae, the humpback whale, 16 meters long, weighing 36 tons. They breach, launching their entire bodies out of the ocean, and no one knows for certain why. Some theories suggest parasite removal, others social communication, others play. Perhaps all are true. In the Atlantic, humpbacks migrate annually from the tropical Caribbean to the far north, one of the longest migrations of any.
Male whales sing, and their songs have structure. Themes, repetition, variation, like jazz. Songs evolve seasonally and yearly, spreading through social learning. A melody born in the Caribbean can appear years later off Hawaii. This is oral culture, No writing, no schools, carried across entire oceans. Balanoptera musculus, the blue whale, is the largest creature to ever exist in Earth's history. Larger than any dinosaur, its heart weighs 600 kilograms, large enough for a human to crawl through its aorta. Its call, 188 decibels, is the loudest sound in the animal kingdom and can travel thousands of kilometers underwater. In just 1 century, we nearly drove the greatest animal on Earth to extinction.
Carcharodon carcharias, the great white shark. In the Atlantic, they do not stay in one place. Tagged individuals have swum from the U.S. East Coast across the ocean to Africa and back, over 20,000 kilometers in a year. Why? Still uncertain. Great whites have existed for 16 million years, long before humans, and we still do not fully understand their migrations.
Siphius gladius, the swordfish, capable of bursts up to 100 kilometers per hour. They do not stab prey with their bill. They slash through schools of fish, then circle back to consume the injured. They possess specialized organs that warm their eyes and brain, raising eye temperature 10 to 15 degrees Celsius above surrounding water, enhancing visual processing in cold, deep nighttime hunts. Manta birostris, the oceanic manta ray, wingspans up to 7 meters, weighing 2 tons. They migrate across the Atlantic following plankton blooms and temperature gradients. They have one of the largest brain-to-body ratios among fish and pass multiple cognitive tests. Mantas recognize themselves in mirrors, one of the few non-primate species known to do so. We still do not know exactly how long they live. Anguilla anguilla, the European eel. It lives 10 to 20 years in European rivers and lakes. Then something changes. Eyes enlarge, the body turns silver, digestion shuts down. They swim 6,000 kilometers to the Sargasso Sea to spawn and die. Their young drift for 3 years on the Gulf Stream back to Europe. The life cycle is complete, yet no one has ever witnessed European eels spawning. A mystery unfolding for millions of years without human observation. Each autumn, billions of herring migrate south along the Atlantic coast. Their schools are so dense that ship sonar mistakes them for the seabed. Whales, tuna, sharks, seabirds all converge for what may be the greatest feeding event on Earth. And when it ends, the herring continue, billions of small creatures coordinating 1,000-mile journeys through simple rules.
Octopus vulgaris, the common octopus, is among the most intelligent invertebrates on Earth. They solve puzzles, use tools, recognize human faces, and treat individuals differently. Each arm contains its own semi-autonomous nervous system. 2/3 of neurons are in the arms, not the brain. Even a severed arm can respond independently for up to an hour. The octopus thinks with its body.
Hippocampus, the seahorse. Males become pregnant. They possess brood pouches, receive eggs from females, nourish them, and give birth. Each morning, pairs perform a greeting dance, changing colors and synchronizing movements, reinforcing their bond. Some species mate for life. In an ocean full of predators and danger, seahorses choose loyalty. Bluefin tuna hunt cooperatively. One group drives prey upward, another attacks from below, others from the sides. There is no commander. Each fish reads the movement of the school and reacts. Collective intelligence emerges from simple rules. In the ocean, the most effective hunter is not the strongest or fastest, but the smartest as a group. Night over the Atlantic is when the ocean truly reveals itself. Billions of bioluminescent organisms become active. Dinoflagellates glow blue when disturbed. Every wave, every movement leaves trails of light. Boats carve luminous paths through darkness. Swim at night in the Atlantic, and every motion paints with light. The ocean is watching you.
The Pacific Ocean, the largest ocean on Earth, wider than all continents combined. It holds more than half of our planet's water. And beneath its calm surface lies a world that has never stopped breathing. Sunlight reaches only 200 meters, a thin layer above an abyss 11 kilometers deep. Below it lies eternal darkness, crushing pressure, and freezing cold. And yet, life endures, resilient, strange, and intelligent in ways we are only beginning to understand. The ocean is never still. Massive currents flow like the bloodstream of a living organism. They carry heat, nutrients, and life across the planet. Without these currents, life as we know it would not exist. It begins with the smallest plankton invisible to the naked eye. They produce over 50% of the oxygen we breathe. The greatest forces of life are often carried by the smallest unseen hands. Millions of years of evolution have shaped countless answers to one question: how to survive. Every species is a strategy. Every body is a masterpiece of intelligence. Listen closely, the library of life is opening. Orcas, killer whales. The name sounds ruthless, but the truth is far more complex. They are not solitary hunters. They are a society. And that society operates on an intelligence we are only beginning to understand. When hunting, orcas do not rush into chaos. They use strategy. One group drives the fish, another blocks escape, others attack in sequence. It takes years for a young orca to learn this entire system from its pod. Each pod has its own language, passed from mother to calf across generations. This is not instinct. This is culture. Orcas are among the few species known to transmit culture through learning. Orcas teach their young with techniques that demand patience and precision. They wait for the perfect moment. They understand space and terrain. Their intelligence is that of a general, strategic, patient, and collective. Orcas do not need the biggest prey or the strongest bodies. They need each other. The ocean's first lesson: true power lies in cooperation. For 100 million years, that is how long sharks have existed on this planet. They have survived 5 mass extinctions, events that wiped out most life on Earth. And their form has barely changed, because they reached perfection long ago. Sharks sense bioelectric fields, faint signals from a beating heart, muscle movement, flowing blood. Even hidden beneath the sand, prey cannot escape. This is not technology, it is instinct refined to perfection over millions of years. The great white hunts alone, no allies, no complex coordination. Every strike is the result of millions of years of biological optimization. This is the intelligence of perfection. When you are already enough, you do not need to change. At first glance, the hammerhead's strange head seems like a mistake of nature. But it is a masterpiece of design. Eyes spaced wide apart, granting nearly 360-degree vision. They can see behind without turning, always aware of everything around them. Their wide head doubles as a powerful sensory array, expanding their electroreception. They scan the ocean floor like a living metal detector. Even a stingray buried in sand meters away cannot escape detection. This is sensory intelligence, mastering the environment with unmatched awareness. The whale shark, the largest fish on Earth. A mouth as wide as a doorway, a body the size of a bus. Yet all that power is used to feed on plankton and tiny fish. They have chosen not to play the game of violence, and that choice has become a remarkably successful survival strategy. By feeding on the ocean's most abundant resource, plankton, whale sharks avoid competition almost entirely. They live quietly, without the need to chase, without the need for speed, with few natural enemies. This is the intelligence of choice, taking the path of least conflict and lasting the longest.